So, hello and welcome. We're very excited to be talking today with Sandy Ingham, a medium who has a very unique gift of psychic art. So, Sandy's been able to connect with the spirit world since she can remember. But just before her 60th birthday in 2007, something rather astonishing happened. She discovered that whilst watching TV, she would slip into a trance state and she'd begin to draw the faces of spirit people. So, since that time, this incredible ability has developed, and Sandy now travels the world demonstrating this incredible gift, drawing and connecting people with their loved ones in the spirit world. So David and I are really, really delighted to welcome you, Sandy.
Absolutely
Thank you so
delighted.
much
Yeah,
for
very
coming onto the
excited.
podcast and sharing with the world what you do.
Yeah,
Well, thank you, and I'm really pleased to be here. I always love doing these because it opens up the minds of other people to
Yeah.
understand that we are so much more than we think we are.
We really are. We really are. There is, like you say, there's so much more than we'll ever know.
Absolutely. And the thing is, if we can get it out there that there are people who have these extras, if you like, then once they're open to it, they can start investigating it themselves because it isn't difficult, really.
No.
And many people say to me, how do you do that? And I say, well, I just get out of the way. And then Leo picks up the pencil and off we go. Or at the start of every show, and I call it a show merely because my work is visual as well. So he'll pick up two pencils and he'll do two at a time, two different people, one with each hand. That's exciting to see, I believe. Never seen it
very
myself.
exciting to see. Yeah, absolutely.
It's just incredible what you do. I mean, I'm very familiar with psychic, mediumship, channeling, channeling spirit writing. But psychic art is something that has never come through to me. It's never anything. I always think that the spirit world actually come and kind of test us in a way, and they test us with the things that we absolutely know we don't do. I'm not a writer. The writing flows
And
through
I'm
me,
not an artist.
and you're not. Yeah.
So
Never have been.
What did you do before then? What was it like? Did you have a job, your career, or anything?
Oh gosh, I was a bridal wear designer for a few decades.
Wow.
Yes, so I've always had this inclination to create.
Yeah.
And where most people sort of buy off the peg bridal wear, there were always those who wanted something very unique to them.
Yeah.
And because of my mediumship, actually, I could meet someone, I would know who they were and how they would like to be dressed.
Yeah.
And very often the dresses were themed, and you could guarantee that that person would turn out to be an actress or a writer or something.
Amazing. Isn't it amazing how life kind of
yes,
takes you on a path that you absolutely have no idea where it's going to take you? Even
absolutely
a medium who, maybe just giving, the odd reading or going to a spiritualist church and whatever. You just, I think it's so amazing just to be open and just to allow in what comes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For myself, I'll tell you in a moment, but for myself, from starting, I would sit in the corner of it was a big L-shaped sofa, big room, and it was a particular soap that would come on that I used to like to watch. Haven't seen it in a very long time now. Not interested even, but I would take my mail in with me, and it was on the mail, on the envelopes, because we always recycled, even going back donkey's years. And on these like till receipts, backs of envelopes, there would be maybe an eye or a mouth, a nose, an ear. And I didn't know I was doing it for quite some time. I had no idea.
Amazing, isn't
And
it?
it was when I needed to leave the room in the middle of the program. And obviously I had something in my hands. And as I went down and around the sofa, there was a little table at the bottom. And I went to put down what was in my hands without any idea that I was doing it. But then there was movement on the table, and I thought I'd knocked something off. So I very quickly looked down to see a perfectly drawn set of human eyes looking up at me. Now, I can't draw. I can't draw, let alone paint. But I will show you a few examples of what he does now with my hands. And I still can't draw.
So when you say what he does with your hands, is this do you enter like a trance state? I mean, a lot of our viewers won't, know nothing about mediumship or what it is,
For me, I suppose it's as if I've gone to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm not aware particularly of what's happening. But Leo is, because he's responding. He's responding to the audience member whose mum I might be drawing, or we might be drawing, or dad or husband, whosoever they might be. And I refer to myself as a spirit artist, not a psychic one. Psychic to me is something outside of who I am. I'm a medium.
Yeah.
And I'm a spirit artist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Psychic to me brings up a whole different theatre, if you like.
Yeah.
And it's not who I am.
You're quite,
That's
quite
interesting.
right.
Yeah, I'd never thought of differentiating the words.
Oh, I do. I'm very picky.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, very good. Well, it's because it's what you do and what you are.
It's right. Right is right. And truth and integrity are the ultimate for me. And I like to be very accurate in everything I do. And when you look at, say, the paintings, because after many, many years of just drawing people's families, he one day said to me, we are going to start painting the guides for our mediums and healers. And I thought, oh, that's exciting. And and the next thing, I'm painting. Would you like to see one?
Yes.
Because I'd like to see the eyes.
Would absolutely love to.
Yeah.
So for those of you that are listening now.
Well, I hope people are listening. I don't know whether you can see that because it's in.
Whoa.
Wow.
Actually, let me take it out of there because we're getting reflection. And I want you to see, because many of these paintings, when we've done them, sorry about this noise.
Right.
Many of the paintings, when their channels get them and they open them and look at them, they move. Right, now you can see his eyes.
Oh, gosh.
Wow.
The eyes have it.
Yeah.
Oh, they absolutely do. But what they say is when they look at them, when they receive them and look at them, they move. They move.
Yeah.
And it has happened. But if you look, he's pointing at cannabis leaves and sage leaves. Because this is Alfredo, who was known as Dr. Serby. And whilst this was being painted, I was getting information in that he was born in 1933 in Honduras, and that he healed people using nature's medicines. And this is what he's saying. So, and he passed away in 2016 in police custody, actually, because they arrested him for doing what he was doing. So this is him. And
incredible.
And when you look at the eyes, as I say, it's really interesting how alive they are.
Yeah.
So you can imagine my feelings when I looked down and saw the eyes looking at me.
Yeah.
It was whoa.
Yeah.
Really, they actually are looking at you.
Good.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it doesn't matter where you're looking,
Yeah.
or how you view him.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just popping that back in. However you view him, he's looking at you. If you look up at him, he's looking down on you. And it's amazing how they do that.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Absolutely.
I have a few to show you.
Wow.
Actually, a little challenge for your viewers, okay, with this one. I want your viewers to tell me what the message is. Oh, again, I'm going to have to take, I should have done this before we
That's
started.
okay.
all right.
Don't worry. It's good to protect them.
These are, this is what Leo's doing, and this is the point. There's a message in every painting he does. And this one is quite profound, I feel. So I'd love to know what your viewers actually think this painting is saying. Let me just get that down. Right, can we see
Wow.
what she's
Yeah.
doing?
Wow.
She got the world in her hands.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And she's a child, a young teenage girl, about 14, maybe 15.
Wow.
And she does have the world in her hands. And if you look at the top, we have Saturn.
Yeah.
And is it a full moon, new moon? Or
New moon.
let me just have a quick look. New
New
moon
moon.
and a star. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what does this picture say to you? This is the thing with them. And people look at them. And if you look at Leo's work from when he was alive, I think we've seen it for long enough, yes?
Yes,
So-
yeah, thank you.
So you need to explain who Leo is. You know,
Oh, Leo.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who's Leo, and how did you get
Leo.
to find out who Leo was?
Because I wouldn't do it if he didn't tell me. Simple.
Yeah.
I'll leave that out actually, and we'll deal with it later because it's taking time. I should have thought this out. Sorry. So yes, Leo, as a little girl, I had this friend and I called him Leon, Leon, because that's what I thought he'd said. And when I was young, he was young. So there were no long beards and none of that stuff and long hair. You'd have frightened me to death, actually, if you'd appeared to me like that. So I asked him who he was, and he said, as I thought, Leon. And it wasn't, as I say, he grew with me. When I was a little girl, he was a little boy. And so he grew with me. And as he got older, he grew the hair. And then when the art started, I mean, that really quite spooked me because I can't draw for peanuts. And so basically, I asked him who he was. And I said, because I wasn't prepared to give my body over for his use unless I knew what the plan was, why he was doing this. But nothing came. He didn't answer me. He didn't answer me. And I would ask again and again. And then eventually, in a projected way, like from the end of my arm, I saw a face and it came across like this, diagonally across my vision so that I could have a really good look. And of course, he's all hair, isn't he? I mean, there's nothing there but hair and eyes. So that's just Leo. And I said, thank you very much. But that doesn't actually tell me anything. I had no art education. I'd heard the name, of course, when I finally found out what he was. So just onwards track a few weeks, and my daughter came to see me. And we were talking about the different tools, if you like, that mediums use, or psychics. They're very different, mediums and psychics. So, and I think it was my daughter mentioned tarot cards, which I never use anything except art paper now. See, I talk direct, it's so much easier, than trying to use props.
Yeah.
And so I said, I'll get a pack of tarot cards and we'll have a look, because I could not understand how anyone could look at a picture, lots of pictures of who knows what, and do a reading from them. It was alien to me. I didn't understand. So long story short, I got the pack that I saw, and it had a picture on it which I recognized as an ancient picture, an old historic picture. Now my daughter's an academic, so I thought those are just the right ones. She will appreciate them. And I bought them, and inside was a book telling you how to use them. But you couldn't see that on the pack. And anyway, I never saw the pack because I'm 4'11", and the cards were about 7 foot up on the top shelf. I couldn't even see them properly. So again, long story short, I went into my lounge, and my daughter had bought up the pack because I sent them to her, and she got the book out of the pack and put it on the lid. So when I walked into the room, there was my hairy man. And I thought, I'm about to find out who he is. I was very excited, very almost traumatized, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it was such a major, massive thing to happen to me. You know, I truly have never been able to draw, and I still can't. And that, you know, I asked him why he would choose me, given that I couldn't even draw. And his answer was, because you couldn't, because you can't. If you could, you would interfere.
Yeah.
Your mind would interfere.
Yeah.
Your instinct would override me. And, oh, okay, so that works. Anyway, I walked over to the table. I picked up the book, and there's my man. And he is Leonardo da Vinci.
Wow.
So now, from picking up a pencil in the first place to being on stage and doing it everywhere, was less than a year.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And remember, I can't draw. So for me to go out and sit on a stage and not relate to anyone personally, just head down and drawing people's families, you know, there was always that thought that I know he won't let me down, because if ever he didn't come, I would sit there looking very silly.
Yeah.
But he always came, of course, and he still does.
I mean, I always say to people, you know, spirit never let you down.
No, they don't.
You know, spirit will never let you down, and they've never let me down. And I think, you know, when you're meant to be doing something, you know, it's just, you get such a, you can't say no. It's just,
you can't.
You have to surrender and allow it. And what an amazing story.
Cool.
Oh, it is. And there have been many, many stories throughout my working in art with Leo. For instance, he wanted me to go to his home in Amboise, you know, in the Loire Valley, France, where he spent the latter years of his life and passed away there. And he's buried there. And he wanted me to go to his chateau, which is actually built in the grounds of the king's chateau. He built it for him. So, you know, he lived there from, I think it was 3 to 4 years before he passed away. And he wanted me to go there. Now, I was literally getting off an aircraft from Australia, and maybe 24 hours, and I'm getting back on another one to America. And this is how it was, just constantly on the move. And I couldn't find time to go. But eventually, one of my week's works was cancelled because the host, I don't know whether he had a heart attack or something, bless him, but it had to be pulled off the last minute. But I'd gone to this rather super place where, what's it called? Oh gosh, this is really ridiculous. It'll come to me. But where they put on mediums, physical mediums, which I love. And I had wanted to see Kai Muga. Have you heard of Kai? Of course you have. Yeah. Have you ever seen him work?
No.
Attended a seance?
No.
Okay. Well, he's German, and he was coming over to England, and he was doing this weekend at this retreat. And I was free because that week had been pulled off. So we decided we'd go there, and I'd catch up with Kai because I'd wanted to go and see Kai for such a long time. And I used to laugh and say, you know, the nearest we got were our planes crossing in the sky, going in the different directions. However, I got to see that one. And in that seance, his guide started to say, you know, that they had a gift for someone special in the room, and someone that's been trying to see Kai for a long time. And she's worked tirelessly for spirit and what have you. And the gift is for Sandy. So, and then there was this like explosion in the room, and the whole room vibrated. And then there was the thud, and I've got to tell you, Kai it's almost like he's washing his hands. And bare arms, there's nothing to be created there fraudulently. He's 100% genuine. And it's like washing his hands, not really, but he's creating a portal underneath them. And it's like a big electric blue circling vortex, if you like. And it was out of that this dropped.
Wow.
Whoa.
That is very heavy, actually, because it's...
Goodness me.
Yeah. So now when I was going to France the next day to visit Leo's place.
Yeah.
Oh, I will just show you one thing about this. If you view it from the back, I'll get it a bit closer if I can.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see that all of the facets face away from the viewer.
Yeah.
So when you look into it yourself, it will not reflect you because the facets are all facing away. But what it does do, if I'm with a client, is it will depict their family members in the facets.
Oh, wow.
In full color. It's amazing to see. It really is. So
Wow.
this was dropped as a gift from Spirit. And then the next day we were going down to France to Leo's chateau. So it was such an exciting occasion because we intended first to go and see his grave. I wanted to just be there and sit at the head of it. Now, I knew that wasn't going to happen because the guards wouldn't let me go past the barriers. But I thought, they'll have to be quick to catch me because I'm going to do it anyway. I needed to do it. I needed to do it. So I had my husband, Mike, armed, ready to jump over the bottom barrier while I jumped over the top barrier so that we could very quickly get the picture of me at the head of the grave. And I put this on the grave. There's like a bronze frieze with him in profile.
Mm-hmm.
And I put it down there for the photo. It's what's known as an activation stone.
Mm-hmm.
And it almost, for the best way of putting it, is completes the grid of our life, you
Right.
know?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the only way I can see it for myself. I
Yeah.
don't pretend to be an expert in anything.
Yeah.
So I put it there. But when we walked into the courtyard of the chateau, and it was a beautiful day, it was a balmy, sunny day, it was, superb. And we walked in and I felt him join me at the side of me, matching my step.
Wow.
And I said, oh, Mike, he's here right at the side of me. Oh my God. Oh my God. He's right at the side of me. I could feel him. I could touch him. He was so real.
Yeah.
So we didn't know where to find the grave. We didn't know where it was, but we needn't have worried about that. Leo took us straight to it. And as we walked in, the guards walked out. Can you believe that? The guards walked out. So I said, nice one, Leo. And so we got the photo, and that was for my second book. I wanted it in for my second book. And the same throughout the chateau when we went into his bedroom, which he wanted to show me the bed and the desk and the chair, all hand carved with these really intricate designs. So beautiful. He wanted me to see it. So there's barriers around the bed as well, of course, so I can't get to it. But again, that wasn't going to stop me. We walked into the room, the guards walked out. It was unbelievable. Well, that's what happened. Most of the people walked out as well. So I hopped over the barrier, knelt beside his bed, and Mike got the pictures. It was amazing. It was amazing. And it was in the year that was the anniversary of 500 years since his death. It was just amazing. Yeah. Oh, the things he does to me, it's just incredible.
Amazing, amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, how can you top that?
I don't know, actually.
Oh, I can tell you many more, believe me, I
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
And another one was when Leo's exhibition was in London. I'm not a person for high buildings. They intimidate me. I was born in the hills of the Peak District. So big buildings everywhere, not for me. Let me head for the hills. You know? So I do go to London to do shows, obviously, or did. I'm not doing them right now. Well, not much. Yes, I am, aren't I? I'm going on Monday to do. God, I'm going to Ireland on Monday to do a couple of weeks there, maybe more. But I was at the beginning of October. I was in Mallorca doing some work there as well. So I am still doing a bit. But he wanted me to go to this exhibition in London, Trafalgar Square. So I phoned up to book tickets, not wanting to go. I just, honestly, London is not for me.
Yeah,
It
no,
isn't
for me.
However, I rang up to book tickets and he laughed and said, the tickets were sold out within 10 minutes of the launch of the thing. However, we have 500 walk-ups. They allow 500 people to walk up and buy tickets each day. So if you get there early enough, you'll get in that way. And I just happened, strange thing, to be doing a show just 12 miles outside London. So we got up early, we left the hotel, got there nice and early. There must have been 1,000 people queued around the building. Some of them had tents, you know, they'd been there a long time. So I looked and I thought, we're not getting in there. I'm not getting in there. That's impossible. However, because Leo's asked me to do it, oh, ye of little faith, he asked me to go. I went. So I thought, I'll give it my best shot. And I went to the head of the queue, to the security guard. And I said, is there any possible way I can get into this exhibition today? He looked at the queue and laughed. There must be 1,000 people there. No. So I didn't give up on that. I went to the other and, well, the exit really, and said the same to the guard there. So any possible chance I can get in there? No, absolutely none. Oh. So I thought, okay, he's dragged me to London. I am not happy. I am not chuffed. So we're walking away and my phone rang. I must have been perhaps 50 yards from the door. And my phone rang and it was my daughter. Mother, where are you? Oh, you might well ask. I'm just leaving the exhibition that I have no chance of getting into, dragging me down here to London. He knows I don't like being in London. Mother, shut up. I've just put eBay on and the first thing to come up was 2 tickets for the exhibition. Shall I buy them?
Wow.
I could hear him laughing.
Yeah.
Laughing at me. But now there was something like just minutes to spare because each ticket is allotted a certain amount of time. It's like every 10 minutes, you know, that to keep it moving through. And it was only minutes till these tickets were valid to go in. But they were in Chinese and we're not. But anyway, it was all written in Chinese, but he ran off and Mike ran off to get the tickets printed. So we got in with 3 minutes to spare.
Wow.
So I saw them.
Wow.
But now the real excitement starts, because this exhibition is down all massive lengthy steps right underground. So there's no natural light in there at all. And we got down to the bottom, and it all unfolds to you, this huge exhibition where more of his pictures and diagrams and everything was there was more there on that occasion in that exhibition than had ever been together before. So I'm down the steps and I take a look at my first picture, and it disappeared. It just went back straight to blank canvas. And I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, ooh, that's interesting. But then I see through Leo's eyes, I see his hand come up. Actually, he's pulling me up, he's left-handed. His hand came up, and I watched him recreate the painting. And the way that he worked, the same way that he works through me. It's very exciting. And of course, my husband, he's not into art really, well, at all, to be fair. So he's had a look around here, that's done. He's ready to go. But I'm still on the same picture because I'm watching it being painted, from start to finish. Wow. And he's thinking, what on earth can she be looking at one picture for that long? But he didn't know what I knew.
Yeah,
but that was exciting as well.
Wow.
So many things that he's done, and
mind-blowing, really. Yeah.
Exciting, yeah.
So are all of these stories in your books?
I don't know, to be honest. I've got a third book in waiting, right. Because he wanted me to do the book covering the guide paintings, right, and the reaction from their channels. Yeah, he wants them in there, yeah, on paper. He doesn't like all this technical stuff, in the sense that he wants to touch a book and smell the paper. Yeah. Yeah. I understand that. Yeah. So the third book is about the guides and everything they've said about the paintings themselves. And we were doing a show one night, and we'd drawn this young chap. His parents were in the audience, apparently. I wasn't aware of it in the moment, but it's funny because after the show ends, I start getting like fragments of memory. And it's difficult for me because I have no idea where it's gone, what it was about. And as I say, Leo's interactive. So he might write the person's name on the paper, or a date, or if there's anything relevant going on, he'll write about it, so that the audience member can say, yes, that's, oh my God, that is her name, blah, blah, and all of this. That's very exciting too. But all of my shows are filmed, so I get to watch them later. But it must be amazing to sit in an audience and see your mum come out the end of a pencil.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's fantastic.
I think because you've got a Facebook page, haven't you? Yes. that I follow, and I just remember seeing a black and white a picture that you had drawn just with a pencil, and the eyes had actually turned blue.
That's the one, the child. Yeah. Yes, and the skin tones came in.
Yeah,
and that was done actually in Australia, and nobody knew that I didn't use coloured pencils. So when they saw the colour, it was almost dismissed. But was it that one? I had warned one of them that Leo was going to try an experiment. And we had several cameras on at that time. We had a camera at the front, the camera over my work, so I really see what my hands are doing. And then there was a camera at the back of the show, either side, I think. So it was well covered. And there was a scramble afterwards to see if that had come through on the camera. And of course it had. So yes, that was exciting as well.
Just incredible. Amazing. I mean, what spirit can do is just astonishing.
Put it this way, there is nothing they can't do.
Yeah.
One thing, they come only and always with love.
Yeah.
Because they love.
Yeah.
And in that spirit world, it's difficult for a lot of people maybe to understand, but it's a world of unconditional, universal love.
Mm.
There are no evil spirits in there.
Yeah.
There is nothing like that. There's no devils or demons as we're brought up by religion to believe. It isn't like that. And I do know I did pass away at one stage of my life, and I went there. And they made me come back. And I'm the person who wanted to come back. They don't. They never want to come back. So yeah,
Well, this is it. When you go to the light, you
Yeah.
know, that's what it is. You know, the light. You know, and yeah, I mean, just incredible. And like you say, that feeling of heart expansion, of pureness, of pure love,
Absolutely.
of
Oh
know,
yeah. Yeah.
and when you're able to connect with the spirit world and you feel this sense of joy and bliss, you know, and it's something
Euphoria.
that, you know, you can't really explain, because it's such a feeling of just completeness.
Yeah.
Joy.
Yeah.
There are so many words I could use. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, we were so lucky to have you come years ago, actually, when we organised an event, and you came along, and at the time you were working alongside another medium, which was beautiful.
Oh, the lovely Carol, I think. Yes,
Yeah,
Carol.
yeah.
And Carol was bringing through connecting with mediumship, and you were connecting with the spirit and drawing. So, you know, whoever was chosen in the audience, you know, this person was just like overwhelmed with all of this beautiful information coming through Carol. And then as Carol was giving, you know, evidence, you know, dates and times and memories, and you were drawing these beautiful pictures that were up on a screen.
Yes.
And I just remember that was just it was an
it was incredible for us. Yeah, absolutely.
And I think Jonathan, David's,
I was going to say Jonathan was there. I remember
David's son,
that Jonathan was there, and when everyone had gone and there were just the four of us there, a tile, a little square like a tile, was dropped on the floor out of midair. And it actually had my husband's name on it, Mike. It was written on the tile. And I think that is in a book, actually. But I have said there that was a gift of Jonathan to Mike, because Mike is not only my husband, he's my manager, he's my technician, he runs the cameras, he sets everything up. And it was almost like Jonathan was giving him a thank you for that.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's exactly the energy that Jonathan brings, you know, of like gratitude and just the most beautiful spirit, you know.
And for a boy, because he's only a boy, I remember that he was a boy, not a man, but a boy. That was such a beautiful gift of spirit. And he was such a beautiful, I'm sorry, I've got him right in my head here.
Oh, right, very good. That's right. Sorry.
I must have a quick word to just pull back a little minute there, because he's going to distract me. Oh gosh, again, here we go again. Are we close to a birthday or an anniversary? Because he's got a card here.
Yes, we're close to both. Yeah, anniversary.
Okay, whatever it is. What they do, just to show you as an idea, I'm sat here, and in my peripheral vision, I can see this moving here.
Yeah.
If I turn to look at it, it will disappear. But whilst I'm not looking, now I know that that's spirit way of acknowledging a birthday or an anniversary. And it'll either just begun or just coming up, or both. Sometimes it's both. And I can see that Jonathan's doing that to me. I don't know what it is, the event, because I'm not supposed to be reading.
No.
He's all right.
You can't, you know, spirit are in charge.
They are. And he's absolutely fine, and he's a bloke now, of course.
Yeah, of course he is.
He's a bloke now.
Yeah,
Doesn't
yeah.
look like you. Joking.
Yeah.
He is joking. Don't
Yeah,
you?
more hair. Yeah,
Oh, we're polishing this
yeah,
car.
yeah, fine. Yeah.
That's his sense of humour.
He's
I
always been a
apologise
joker.
for him
No, no, no. He's always been a joker.
Yeah.
on camera as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, why not? Why not?
Loves you guys.
Yeah, brilliant.
Loves
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
He's never been far away.
No, I know, I know, I know. I've had some amazing evidence over the years.
I know that he's Jonathan, but who's John?
Oh, that's somebody else. That's a cousin. That's
His
one of,
cousin or yours?
one of mine.
One of yours? Oh, how very nice. Don't know why we're mentioning him. If I get into read mood, we're done. Because
Yeah,
he'll
yeah.
It's actually
Yeah,
his 80th birthday,
yeah,
John's.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
about 3 days ago.
So,
Okay. Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Very
Yeah.
good, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's because you didn't bring that up. You didn't mention what it was.
Yeah, yeah,
Now,
yeah.
when I do a reading, I never pretend I have a clue what I'm talking about, because I don't.
Yeah, yeah.
What was going on at the time of Jonathan's passing? That was near something as well. They always tell me things like this, and I love it. Was it near Christmas or near?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because yeah, and in a way, he would not have had it that way,
No.
because he wouldn't want the the analogy of Christmas and
Yeah,
yeah.
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 Of course.
But he's still around you both so much, and he's so pleased with what you're doing
Yeah,
with this, and featuring people who, certainly for myself, and drawing family members, which is what I did for years and years,
yeah,
and I now know why the change happened, because our mediums, healers, writers of truth. Oh, I need a little word with you off camera later about the writing, and where it's going for you.
right.
They do drop me in it, honestly, they do.
That's very good, isn't it?
Right,
Very
royally in it.
good.
Deep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But without, I don't know you well enough to know how much I can say about, say, world affairs, for instance.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And this is what this is about, and the writing. You're doing something else, David, than you used to do when I met you before, apparently.
Yes, I am.
Again,
Yeah.
you know what he's talking about.
Very, very different.
Very
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very different.
So, I mean, you both had a life change, and it needed to happen.
Yeah.
And it's all good, because you're going forward to recreate a world which is the way it should be.
Yeah.
The way it should be, and will be again.
Yeah.
Never lose sight of that. We will prevail.
Yeah.
As a species, it doesn't matter what anyone does, we will prevail. Now, would it be too far to talk about a visitor I had who wasn't of this
Please
world?
do. There's no boundaries here.
No, we're fine.
You can always edit it out if you
No,
feel.
why would we do that?
No. We honestly, no. I love any of this.
Yeah.
Please share whatever you like.
Okay. So it was evening time, bedtime really, and I said I needed to plug my phone in and leave it to charge, because I need to be ready for next day, And I said, just leave the light on over the easel. So it's literally a light that faces the easel to light up my work. I said, shut the room down, knock all the lights off, just leave the easel light on. It's only a little light, daylight bulb, just on the paper. So that's what was done. And when I'd finished getting ready for bed, I went back to retrieve the phone, but I almost finished a painting, and it was an extraterrestrial. We would have known when they were in this world as the Anunnaki with the elongated heads, yeah?
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
absolutely. And this was one of them. So I knew that this channel must be channel. Did I really say that out loud? Okay. They have a sense of humor too. So the channel it went to is very much into mediumship in a big way. She's absolutely fabulous. American girl. And yes, anyway, I've drawn a few of her guide team because what she's doing is massive. And so this painting was nearly finished, but I was tired and I said to Leo, can we finish it in the morning? You know, I'm just so tired. So, and that's where I got up and left the room. So when I went back in again to retrieve the phone, I sat down. Quite unbidden by myself, I sat down. Up comes the colour and I'm in there doing the last little touches. So he obviously wanted to finish it that night. But now I'm sat on a swivel chair facing a wall because the easel is in front of the wall. Behind me, the room is in total darkness. And at the bottom of the room, the wall is glass doors, basically. And I sat down, we did this, we finished this, and I became aware of somebody behind me. I felt the presence move right close to me. And I said, I am aware that you're there. And I know you want me to turn and look at you. And I will do so, but please back away because I don't like to be startled, not by anybody. You know, I don't want to suddenly turn around and they're in my face. I don't like that. If they're a few yards away from me and coming slowly, that's fine, but never in my face. And I felt how close this person was. So I took a deep breath and slowly turned in my chair. And there, reflected in the glass doors, was the painting. And I thought, oh, and all lit up too. I thought, that's nice. Hang on a minute. I'm sat completely in front of the painting. It cannot possibly be reflected in that door. And then it moved. Okay.
Wow.
And then a conversation was had with this entity. And what a spectacularly beautiful image. And, you know, there are major changes happening in our world. They've always kept an eye on us. They are the observers.
Yeah.
But now they're not intervening in what's happening with our world. We need to cleanse the earth of its poisonous land, air, sea. And guess who did all that?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
We did. We did. And it's, you know, more money. Oh, money, money, money. Don't care that we're destroying the earth, destroying the wildlife, destroying each other. Didn't care. As long as the money's there. I'd like to see them eat that when all the food's gone and everything. All the food is so poisoned that we are poisoned.
You know, they're so close.
Oh, they are. Oh,
They
believe
really
me,
are.
they are.
Yeah. Yeah. I've had a couple of occasions where I've had,
Visitations, yeah.
which you cut again, it's just like incredible, you know, beyond words, the whole experience.
Yeah.
And I know there's more to come, you know, I know there's more to come.
Yeah. And there's a lot of sadness to come.
Yeah.
Especially through this winter.
Yeah. I know. And yeah, the world's changing, and you know, this is my work, I feel.
I know it is.
Really, to really help people ascend, you know, to let go of their past and to heal and to grow and to change and to make changes. You know, we are the change makers.
Yeah.
We are, you know, the way showers, and it's you know,
It's an exciting journey, actually, as horrific as it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's a great time to be alive.
Oh gosh, it is. And half of it is frightening, if you like.
Mm.
Although I don't do the fear thing.
No, we
You know,
don't.
if I went to sleep tonight and didn't wake up again, now that's fine by me.
Yeah.
I don't mind at all. I'm 76, you know, I'm not getting younger. So I wouldn't mind that. But there's like a cleansing of the earth happening. And that means of the people who are doing what they're doing. It has to stop. And if it means destroying them, so be it. But the way forward is very, very different. Very different. Like Alfredo, the picture I showed you, you know.
Yeah.
That's the medicine of the future, and who knows better about that than you guys.
Yeah.
You know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And that's physical evidence of the fact that it's there, we have it.
At one with nature, you know.
Absolutely.
Really, yeah, that is the way forward.
It is. So going forward, our medicines won't come from where they do now, because there'll be no trust there anymore.
No
faith.
No.
So what's happening is we're going to nature's medicine. And Leo has told me on more than one occasion that once we stop poisoning the earth and the skies and the seas, the planet will regenerate very quickly. There are other exciting things going on in my life, but I can't really tell you in public without asking the person who it involves. But again, it's very exciting stuff. And Leo and I are have contributed to that.
Yeah, exciting.
So much. So I'm looking at this world and I'm seeing what's happening and the devastation. And, you know, part of it, and you won't perhaps understand this, but it's a comedy.
Yeah, it is a comedy.
It's a comedy.
Yeah.
Not only are they doing to us what they're doing to us, they're telling us they're doing it.
Yeah, that's the irony.
Complying.
They're telling us that before they do it. And you're thinking, I know, you can't make it up, can you?
No. But I've not taken part in any of it. Whatever they tell me to do, I'll say, no, I won't. I'm not going to do that. Well, if you can't do this and this and this. Well, I won't do that. I won't do this and this. I don't care. I'm not doing it. I'm not playing. And if we all did that, it would end very quickly.
Yeah, I think it would. I think a lot more people are of that mind now than they were.
Oh, it's happening rapidly.
I think, you know, some things have got so extreme, you know, a lot of people are waking up to it, you know.
Oh, they are, and it's glorious to see.
Yeah.
And my own part in this is to bring undisputed proof that we survive physical death.
Yeah.
And I do this not just with the paper, with the art, but with the mediumship as well. And, you know, there've been one or two shows I've done, and husband's outside with the wife and they're due to come in, and, you know, and he's saying, dragging me to this mumbo jumbo rubbish. And I smile in the shadows because he didn't see me.
Yeah.
And that guy walked out with a picture of his mum. His granddad. Argue with that one.
But you know, you have to do this. You know, you have to do this work, and it gives me so much joy to.
Oh, me too.
To help somebody with an intuitive reading, or, you know, I don't tend to do mediumship so much. I tend to do more healing work, but mediumship always comes into it, you know.
Of course it does.
It's meant to come through for somebody. It's in a very healing way, you know, then it will do that. And you know, I think, you know, we're given these tools because, you know, they're there and we're able to do it, and we must share it.
Isn't that what we said at the beginning? You know, humanity has amazing abilities. But, you know, we've been taught to shut them down.
Yeah, you know, I think for years, all the education system and everything, and you just wonder, you know, how many untruths was I taught at school or university or wherever?
Absolutely. I had very little education, actually, because my life was very difficult right from the outset. I mean, really difficult. you know, and school, I can't really remember
That
anything much.
probably helped you in many ways. You know, now I fear,
They didn't teach me. They
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
Yeah.
now, you know, through my mediumship, I can be speaking to anyone of any profession in the world, because I still work very much globally. In fact, most of my work is global, and less so here. Although
Amazing.
it doesn't matter who or where or what culture or color anyone is.
Yeah.
They're humans. We are the family of man.
That's right.
And that's what's important. And we must get back together in unity as the family of man.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And we are going to do it.
Yeah,
We are.
I believe
We
so.
will prevail. I trust Leo, and that's what it's telling me. There
Mm.
will be a lot who go home, but
Yeah.
they signed up for that journey.
Yeah.
Because at first, you know, when I watch people, I'm going to use the word dying, although we know we don't, but watching people pass away like that, and I was really upset. And Leo one day said, "What are you so upset about?" "Well, you know, all these poor people dying and blah, blah, blah." "Oh, for goodness sake." He said, "Oh, for goodness sake, you know where they're going, don't you?"
Yeah.
"Well, yes." "Well, they chose to go." "Okay." Well,
Yeah.
of course they did. Of course they did.
Yeah, of
So then
course.
I felt better. And it's all good. So there are those who signed up to go home early. I do call it home. And there are those of us who are here to help other people to transit this
Yeah.
situation.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's
in a higher
privilege.
frequency, higher vibrational
Yeah.
world, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, it's almost tangible, you know.
Oh, it is. It
Mm.
literally is tangible.
Yeah.
Certainly when I'm connected with them, I feel them.
Yeah.
It's like Jonathan coming in there. I mean, he didn't mess about. He
No.
was in.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was there. And he was tickling my face, actually. He's on this side.
He does a lot of that.
Touching my, yeah, he does it. He does it. He polishes his dad's head.
Yeah. I need it.
Sorry. See, he's at it again.
Yeah.
But what a great guy.
Yeah.
What a great guy. Yeah.
Right. Well,
God.
it's been such a enlightening and amazing conversation. And
We've eaten the time, have we?
wow.
Yeah.
I mean, what if somebody wanted, what are you're still now working? Are you still drawing for people? And, you know, how would they
My website.
through your website?
Go through, everything's booked through my website. I have a website manager. I don't even know how to use these machines. I'm useless. So I have a website manager, and everything's done through that website. And that's Jonathan. Jonathan saying that's Jonathan. My website manager is Jonathan.
I see. Very good.
And he runs my website for me. And so people would go on my website, they'd book a reading, a telephone or Skype reading, or telephone or Skype reading, or the paintings, of course, or the drawings. The paintings, as you've seen, are pretty incredible things. And I'm so privileged to do them. Yeah. I am. There's another one picture I'd like to show you before I leave.
Do.
Oh, yeah, please
do. Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to know what you think of this. What is this?
Wow. Beautiful.
Can you see it for them?
Yeah.
Stunning.
What is that expression?
Just
bit like a Mona Lisa.
Peace.
Mia is so good at this.
Beauty. Just real beauty.
But the eyes again, you know, they're so alive.
Purity. Yeah.
And the thing is, this is what says to people, this is the hand of Da Vinci.
Yeah.
Nobody doubts me.
No.
You know, and I love that. So yes, I particularly like that.
Yeah, I just.
But people look at them and say, "Oh, it's such and such," or "It's such and such," and I don't tell anyone who anyone is, because each picture will say something different.
Different people. Yeah.
Dad.
Oh,
Yeah.
bless.
Big hugs while he's got an opportunity.
Brilliant.
He always takes them if they come up.
Yeah, he does. He's very good at that.
Amazing.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for today.
Yes,
That's wonderful. Thank you,
Brilliant.
Sandy. Thank you so much. I mean, yeah, it's wonderful. And we'll be sharing all of your details in the show notes. And are your books still available?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Through myself, through my own website.
Right. Okay. So through your website. So if anybody wants those.
They were put on Amazon, but the lady who, because she wrote them for me.
Yeah.
And well, the two different authors actually, but she did them, and she got a new code for me to access buying some more. But she passed away a few weeks ago, so I don't have that. Oh, here's one of them. Now, how about that for a picture?
Wow.
Very good. Yeah.
That's
Isn't it?
incredible.
Yeah. It is. It really is. The other one is called, this is the first book. The other one is called Drawing on the Past, P-A-S-S-E-D. Drawing on the Past. I thought that was so clever.
Very good. Very clever.
I don't have the other book here, I don't think, but I'm just having a very quick look. No, I don't. Well, that's so sad, because you'd see the title and it's really good. No, I don't have it.
Okay.
Fool again.
Wonderful.
Messed up again.
Wonderful. No, you've shown and shared some amazing things.
Yeah, thank you.
And yeah. Well, fantastic. Thank you so much. And yeah, continue with the amazing work.
My pleasure, my privilege. And I say that to everyone because it is.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you, Sandy.
Okay, take care.
Bye for now.
Bye.